Michael Jerome Irvin, lifestyle and net worth. Michael Jerome Irvin, born on March 5, 1966, is an American sports commentator and former professional football player. He played his entire 12-year career as a wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys of the National Football League, the NFL. In 2007, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Irvin played college football for the Miami Hurricanes and was selected in the first round of the 1988 NFL Draft by the Dallas Cowboys. He spent his entire 12-year NFL career from 1988 to 1999 with the Cowboys, before it ended abruptly from a cervical spine injury sustained in a game against the Philadelphia Eagles at Veterans Stadium on October 10, 1999, in which Irvin was carted off the field and transported to a Philadelphia hospital. Irvin was nicknamed Playmaker due to his penchant for making big plays in big games during his college and pro careers, and he relished the nickname, even acquiring Ply-MKR as his Texas vanity license plate. Along with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith, Irvin was one of three key Cowboys offensive players, known as the Triplets, who led the Cowboys to 3 Super Bowl wins in 1992, 1993, and 1995. Irvin is widely considered to be one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. Irvin is a former broadcaster for ESPN's Sunday NFL Countdown and currently an analyst for NFL Network. In 2009, he competed in Season 9 of Dancing with the Stars, in which he was the season's 9th contestant to be eliminated. He is one of the co-hosts of the FS1 weekday morning debate show, Undisputed, with Richard Sherman, Keyshawn Johnson, and Skip Bayless. Michael Irvin has a net worth of approximately $12 million. He is 6 feet 2 inches tall, which is equivalent to 1.88 meters tall. That being said, let's touch down. Michael Irvin, early life and real estate. Irvin was born on March 5, 1966, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He is the 15th of 17 children in his family. Irvin first attended Piper High School in Sunrise, Florida, and then went on to become a football star at St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Fort Lauderdale. While at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, Irvin was heavily recruited by the University of Miami to play for the Miami Hurricanes, one of the top collegiate football programs in the nation. Putting that aside, and in 2001, Michael Irvin custom-built a 12,100-square-foot mansion in Plano, Texas. Today, this home is worth an estimated $3.6 million. Michael Irvin, personal life. Irvin has been married to Sandy Harrell since 1990. They have 1 daughter and 2 sons together. Irvin also has another daughter from a previous relationship. Irvin is a Christian. He once confessed, and I quote, "I turned my life over to Christ in early 2001, with help from Pastor T.D. Jakes and my friend and fellow believer, Diane Sanders. It took me 40 years to really realize the hand that God had on me. I did almost every bad thing you could do, but it's through the power of God I can live this life. Sometimes we will have problems and they can get overwhelmed. But when God saves us, we think about all He has brought us through, and it's just amazing. You might say I should hide my problems, avoid talking about my past, but I just want to spread the word about how good Jesus is to me. It's His hand that brought me through all this. As Christians, I think we have a heavy responsibility to be witness to God's power. I know what God can do because of what He did for me. I don't want people to forget my story and rob God of all His glory." Michael Irvin, entertainment career. Irvin was a co-star in the 2005 remake of The Longest Yard, starring Adam Sandler and Chris Rock. Irvin also guest-starred in Sandler's film, Jack and Jill, which was released on November 11, 2011. He was one of the pros on an episode of Pros vs. Joes, which pitted former professional athletes against average people. He was the host of 4th and Long, a football-themed reality series which aired on Spike TV. The winner, Jesse Holley, earned a spot at the Dallas Cowboys training camp. Irvin had a supporting role in the 2017 basketball drama, Slamma Jamma, as a sleazy sports agent. In 2011, Irvin spoke to Out magazine about his homosexual older brother, who died of stomach cancer in 2006. He claimed his initial feelings of homophobia in relation to his brother led to womanizing, during his playing days, but eventual acceptance and feelings of love toward his older brother initiated his understanding for people with difficulty sharing their circumstances. In August 2011, officials from the Elite Football League of India announced that Irvin would be among the primary investors and advisors for the league. Other prominent backers included former Chicago Bears head coach Mike Ditka, former Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Ron Jaworski, and NFL linebacker Brandon Schiller. In July 2023, management from asset entities announced that Irvin would be among the primary investors and advisors for the company. Other prominent backers included Triton Funds, Michael Irvin allegation. In 1996, as the Cowboys prepared to play the Carolina Panthers in the NFC divisional playoff game, media reports stated that Irvin and teammate Eric Williams, while under the influence of cocaine, had sexually assaulted a Dallas cheerleader, Nina Sharavan, and, with a gun to her head, videotaped the interaction. Despite Williams and Irvin's denials of the allegations, the story largely overshadowed the game, which the Cowboys lost. The accuser was later proven to have fabricated the entire incident. She recanted her story, pled guilty to perjury and filing a false police report, and was sentenced to 90 days in jail and a fine. In the game against Carolina, Irvin was injured in the opening minutes and did not return. On July 29, 1998, Irvin allegedly assaulted fellow Cowboys offensive lineman Everett McIver. The initial dispute stemmed from Irvin demanding that McIver vacate a barber's chair so that Irvin would not have to wait for a haircut. McIver and Irvin soon began a brawl in the shop with fellow Cowboy Leon Lett, attempting to break it up. During the course of the dispute, Irvin grabbed a pair of scissors and stabbed McIver in the neck, barely missing his carotid artery. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones reportedly brokered a six-figure settlement between Irvin and McIver in exchange for McIver's silence and to prevent McIver from pursuing criminal charges against Irvin. In a November 2006 radio interview on Dan Patrick's radio show, Irvin joked that Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo's athletic ability may have been due to African-American heritage, and jokingly remarked that Romo's maternal relatives might have been involved with slave brothers. Irvin later apologized and said, "This is how I joke around with Romo when we're playing basketball. There's a difference from me the player and me the broadcaster." On February 17, 2007, during the late edition of SportsCenter, ESPN announced that Irvin was no longer with the network. ESPN Communications Vice President Josh Krulowitz stated, and I quote, "We thank Michael for his contributions to ESPN and wish him well." However, 11 months later, in January 2008, Irvin rejoined ESPN as a host on ESPN radio-owned and operation station Kesson 103.3 FM in Dallas, hosting The Michael Irvin Show. This locally aired program ended on February 5, 2010, and Irvin was let go after his contract expired. An ESPN spokesman cited declining ratings and that news of a lawsuit filed against Irvin for a 2007 incident simply expedited the situation. On a February 2017 episode of The Rich Eisen Show, Irvin admitted to having snuck out of the locker room during the halftime of Super Bowl XVII to watch Michael Jackson perform. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel for such interesting content. Bless up.